So now, but now there's still, speaking of that, there's still one other way that I have to learn, but it's not coming this way, it's going back home. There's a shortcut that I still haven't, that I've only heard about, but I haven't used it yet. We're going under the 280 freeway. And we're gonna reach St. Joseph. Like I said, we're going to St. Joseph, Eva, to Granger. And we're not going to Miramont Avenue this time. Not feeling it. It's just a little quick run just to whatchamacallit, break the monotony of today. Been really boring. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be a couch potato and just be thinking this and that. I'm gonna get into action. Movement is medicine. Or running is medicine, as I like to say. There's another YouTube channel, an African American guy. I think his channel name is Yard Out. He likes to say movement is medicine, but I like to say running is medicine. But yeah, he's right. Movement is medicine. Whatever you can do. He likes calisthenics. I'm not really into calisthenics like that. I just like running a little bit. And I used to play ice hockey, and before that, when I was a kid, I was a soccer player. So yeah, and I was a biker. I was a little bit of everything. But learning ice hockey and being an ice hockey goalie was a pretty cool experience. Until I got sick, literally dying from surgery. So anyway, don't want to talk about that today. Today was about my 1 year sobriety, which was on October 28th. It was an update that I was supposed to do on that day. But instead I went running on the 1st, and then I didn't record it, and because I just didn't feel like it. And today I was like, you know what, F it, let's just go for a run and talk about the 1 year sobriety. So 1 year no alcohol, now it's 1 year and a week, and almost 5 months now with no medicinal cannabis. Now medicinal cannabis is not a bad thing if you use it for medicinal purposes only, and you use small quantities. I was only using 1 bowl or 1 gram per day, which can still is a good amount, 1 gram, but it's not a lot. A lot would be more like 3.5 grams. But yeah, if I can, you know, I didn't affect me in my running really that much. Maybe I noticed a little bit, like a very slight change, like on when I was using it and running at the same time, but not a whole lot. Now tobacco is, I detest tobacco. I would recommend everyone quit tobacco, because modern day tobacco is being highly processed with chemicals, unknown chemicals, thousands, and 6, I think, known carcinogens. So I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. And in fact, I wouldn't even recommend cannabis to anyone, except for if it's organically grown without chemicals and stuff like that. Sorry, there's not two bikes. So yeah, 1 year celebration, no alcohol, and at 41, still going strong. So how much longer do I want to go? I am not sure. That's why I'm recording, because I may not be going for much longer, but maybe I will. Just in case, and we're not recording all the time, so I'm just recording once in a while, like I was saying. And we made it to Granger Avenue. We're like 1 block away. So yeah, we're almost there. That's the turning point. You can still go further down too. Actually, you could go down non-stop. I know we're in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we can just keep going and going and going, never stop. But obviously we don't want to exhaust ourselves. Here's a turning point. Now we're heading back to the starting point. There's a double trunk post redwood over there that I like. It's a second growth, but nah, it's still good to look at. The original growth, coast redwoods, most of them were logged by the logging industry. You know, the so-called homesteaders or 49ers, you know, the gold rushers, the people that came here looking for gold and stuff like that, other resources, you know, redwood. So yeah, most of those old growth trees were logged. We still have a few survivors, which I've talked about on my other channel. We have El Palo Alto, we have Methuselah, the mother of the forest, you know. We have the old tree in Portola Railroad State Park. We also have, how many have a name? There's one more that has a name, the elbow tree in Half Moon Bay. We have all those that still remain. But most of them, yeah, up in the North Coast we have a good amount. There is what they're naming the Hyperion, which is like said to be almost 400 feet tall. I've never seen it. It's illegal to go visit now. But anyway, we're still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. We're gonna let it go until it dies. Like I said, only this time we're doing it that way. And the next time it may just be short, you know, intervals as I call it, short recordings. Just wanted to do this one because it's my 1 year, celebrating my 1 year anniversary of no alcohol. I know I've been kind of all over the place, but if you paid attention, it's been a stressful moment in my life right now where I'm trying to overcome, you know, having to move out all the time and not having a permanent address. It's not it's not you know, easy. It becomes a little bit stressful, constantly thinking about shit or stuff, excuse my French, constantly thinking about are you gonna make enough to pay all your bills? Where is your new permanent address going to be? Right now I'm not even looking. I gave up for now. I'm like trying to just stay there where I'm at, because the family seems to be nice, but it's not a permanent address. It's just a temporary dwelling, but I'm happy to be there for now, or at least somewhat happy. The bed is kind of small, but at least the bedroom has its own bathroom, and the house has a kitchen that can be used by its renters, but it's not cheap. Nothing around here is cheap. Ironically, the place where I moved out from, Los Altos Hills, was cheap. It was I started there paying $12.50 a month, and then every year it went up $50. By the time I was out of there, it was $1,400 that I was paying. I forgot, I did the math to see how much money I paid in the 3.5 years I was there. But basically, if you do the math, it's $12.50 times 12, and then $1,300 times 12, $1,350 times 12, and then $1,400 times 7. That's how much money I paid to live in Los Altos Hills. So it was cheap, because Los Altos Hills is expensive. Like, it's a very expensive town. And I learned the whole town. Like, it has pathways, equestrian trails, famous people that live there. I learned all that stuff while I was there. But my favorite thing about living there was literally living in the breeding grounds for black-tailed deer. Like, I learned the black-tailed deer behavior in those 3.5 years I was there with them. Every single day I would see them. Every spring a new fawn or two was born.